All right, everybody. Hey, welcome back. This is the kind of intro and tutorial for the Voxory system. What I want to go over here today is the episode ideas. Now, we talked about the show brain. In fact, I'm going to click this. What I can do is I can click this button right here, get 5 ideas. And it's going to think about it. While it's thinking, let me kind of talk through what it's doing. What it's doing here is I'm going to go into the settings page. It goes to the show brain. All of this information, all the my name, the hook style, the tone, the audience, the identity, the framework style, framework rules, content principles, and episode patterns, as well as the anti-patterns, things that we never do on the show. It pulls all of this along with all of the information that Voxory has learned so far. And what it does is it's going to pull through all of that information and it's going to generate some ideas that align with this show. Again, each and every time I record an episode, I give Voxory the transcript. It dissects that. It pulls through, does the blog post, it gives the SEO information, it puts the show notes in there, all kinds of different information. But one of the things that it does along the way is it is going to extract information. It's going to learn information about you and your show and how you operate. Then it can do beautiful things like this, which is these episode ideas. Sometimes staring at the blank page, what am I going to record next? I don't know. This is so helpful here. So again, this is the Voxory podcast. This is the show that I have set up for this software. I'm using it for this show. Obviously, you can see here. So turn your solo podcast into a full-time business in 3 months. Well, that's the topic. That's the title of that episode. The podcast host's guide to surviving holiday stress. Another one here is how to craft engaging podcast episodes that hook listeners immediately. Maximize your podcast SEO by implementing these 3 simple steps. From idea to episode, a step-by-step guide to creating compelling content. Now, again, the wonderful thing is Voxory gives you the opportunity to come in here if you wanted to change this. You can see that's not real words. I just want you to see I can change that. So brainstorm session techniques. There's me kind of, if we're going through an outline, there's my first part of the outline. Script writing tips for maintaining quality and editing best practices to enhance the final product. So if I want to create an episode, let's say I want to create an episode for this one right here. I think that's probably a good one. All I have to do is click right there, right? It pulls me into there. Now it's going to take a few minutes to do. That's okay. I don't have to do it right now. What I can do is while I'm waiting here, when do I want to record this? Well, let's see. Today is July 8th. Let's say I want to record this on the 21st. Okay. What time do I want to record? Let's say I want to do 10:00 a.m. So I'm going to record 10 a.m. It's going to, you can see up here, unsaved. Oh, and then now it's already saved, right? It's automatically saved for me. Along the way, I don't have to do anything. Now, if I didn't want it to create this episode for me, I didn't want it to script it for me, I want to actually write the episode myself, totally fine. No problem. I can come in here. Look, here's the space where I can type the intro, right? Let's see. This is where the intro goes. And if I go over here, I hit tab to get over here. Interview questions is kind of set up as a guest show, but this is the kind of the body of it. This is the body of the script. All right, there we go. Hit tab again, go to the outro. There's the outro. Now, of course, I have the opportunity to make this header 1 or 2. If I want to bold it, italicize, underline, I have all of these options right here, right? That again, I don't have to rely on AI to do the work for me. I can do the work for myself, right? And again, as I write things, it's going to save this. So if I click to dashboard, this is my next recording. It's in 12 days from now. That's the one we were just working on. I can't open in teleprompter. Well, I can, but there's not going to be anything there yet because it's not real. I can see that this little guy here is lit up. That means there's stuff in there. What stuff is in there? Well, it's the stuff that I just put in there. We just did this on our own. Now, we'll kind of talk through a little bit as it's going through and doing this. But after that content gets populated there, let's say that the script is generated by Voxory. I can edit it after it's there. But let's say, I'm not actually liking the script a whole bunch. Let's see if it can go through it again. All I got to do, Pow, I can hit regenerate script. And then below that, I have another kind of section here. How is the script? So actually learns from your feedback to match your style. So in here, do I like this? Yeah, I love it. Do I not like it? Oh man, that's terrible. Suggest a change. So I can click in here. Dialog box comes up. I can say more of this, less of that. I can type this in there. I click OK. And then it saves that into the memory that Voxory knows about you and your show. So let me go to one that is already done here. Let's say grow your podcast by 50% in 7 days, the action plan. So in here, I have a script that's already done, right? Voxory made the script for me, did the intro, it did the interview questions, which is really the body of the show. And then if I continue scrolling down here, I have the outro. Now, anytime I wanted to, let's say, oh, you know what? I want to come in here and this get started. I don't that spot doesn't really need to be there. I'm going to take that out. And we're just going to go back to, okay, there we go. And I can see, look, it's already been saved. Pow, done. That part's gone now. I don't need that in there. I took it out, don't need it. Now, again, if I wanted to regenerate the script, I can do that. It'll just make another one. It's going to be in line with this because it has those kind of outline, that kind of core information that I showed you in that last one. It's there. If I wanted to, after I record it, you know what? Oh, there's a little bit clunky, or I like this or didn't like that. I like this one. I didn't like it, or I can suggest a change right in there. And then as I continue using Voxory, the next time it makes that an episode for me, next time it generates an episode, it's going to be more in line with what I like because it's going to use that memory that is learned from me. And so again, once the Voxory is done writing the script, we'll kind of come back. I'll show you what that looks like. You're going to get a notification. You'll see a notification here in the recent notifications. You'll have the little bell icon, so you can click this little pop over, or you can even go to the full notifications page, the tab up here in the top. But all of those kind of things get you to the same place, which is that information that it made for you. But while we're kind of waiting for that to go, I have all of these other ones. So this one here is still going, right? I have that there. These other ideas are still here. Now, if I hit refresh, they are going to be gone. They're going to be gone. They're not saved anywhere. They're just there for you to see for right now. If I wanted this one, I can hit create, or, let's say I wanted all of them. I would maybe wait one at a time. That way it doesn't kind of bog the system down. It'll still work. It'll just be a little bit slower than normal, but I can go through and, create these episodes. How wonderful is that, right? Again, how many times you sat there and thought, man, I don't know what are we going to record this week? Ah, man, okay, well, I don't know. This takes that kind of guesswork out. This takes the guesswork out. And yeah, maybe it takes a few minutes to create that episode. But if you sat down half an hour before you needed to record, you hit the get 5 episodes or 5 ideas. All right, yeah, I like this one. Hit generate. It's going to generate it. You'll still have time to review the episode before you actually got to hit that record button in 30 minutes from now. So that is, again, so helpful for creating content. And this is really, it's kind of geared towards podcasters. But if you're making content for YouTube, you have a YouTube channel, this all overlaps. It's the same kind of thing, right? You're going to have some sort of an intro with a hook, pull people in. You're going to have the kind of the body part of the video, and then you're going to have the outro. So if you're doing talking head type of content on YouTube, this fits and works beautifully for that as well. All right, so here we're back. I can see this just came up, right? The solo script ready. Again, I have it here. I have it here. I have it up in the corner. Up in the corner, it looks like this. I can click here to go there. I can click here to go there. Or if I wanted to click here to go there. Any of them are going to get you to the same place, but I'm here. All right, I can see the activity. The activity just says, hey, this script was generated. Cool, check it out. All right, I'm going to mark that as read. Again, I have this little icon here. It lets me know something's here. This right now was just generated in real time as we're on this video. You can see, pow. It has, now, again, if I wanted to click on teleprompter, right? I can kind of scroll through it this way. If I hit V, it turns voice on. Voice is already on. I hit F. Here we go. You're sitting there with a blank screen, and you're sitting there with a blank screen and blinking cursor, trying to come up with the perfect idea for your next podcast episode. You've done it before. Maybe you nailed it. That last one. It's right there, right? It's set. Pow. The whole thing is there for me. So if I hit here, we'll go to turn off voice. We're going to go back to that episode. And again, from idea to episode, a step-by-step guide to creating compelling content. That was the episode that we generated. It's right there. And if I wanted to, I can go through it. Look, identify your core episode idea. Then the next thing is brainstorming session techniques, script writing, tips for maintaining quality. It kind of breaks it up and gives it a kind of an outline here, right? These are the kind of the topics that we're going to go through. And then again, it has the outro. So that is a very powerful tool for Voxory, a wonderful way, and it's all done with this episode idea area. So if you want to check out that, you can check it out by going to voxory.io. That's voxory.io to get your 1 month free.